I'm here because in the early 70s, I got off work. I was a waiter at a place called Cattleman's. Had a late shift. And I was pretty amped up after the end of a pretty fun shift. I didn't want to go home. So I decided I was going to go around Northern California that night and just drive. And so I had my 8-track player in my car. And I listened to the greatest hits of Bob Dylan, Volume 2. I fell in love with that guy that night. I drove hours all over the place, from the coast to the inlands, listening to Bob Dylan. And although this next song was not in that compilation of songs, it's one of my favorite Bob Dylan tunes. Volume 2. Well, early one morning the sun was shining and I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd changed it all and if her hair was still red. Her folks said our lives together, it sure was gonna be rough. Never liked Mama's homemade dress and Papa's bank book wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, headed out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through. But I was tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, but soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could and banded it out west. Split up on a dark, sad night, agreeing it was best. She turned around and looked at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, "We'll meet again someday on the avenue. But we'll be tangled up in blue." And I had this job in the great North Woods and working as a cook for a spell. I never liked it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, happy to be employed, working out on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she had never escaped my mind. I just grew, so tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place. I stopped in for a beer, kept looking at the side of her face and the spotlight so clear. Later on the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing right there in the back of my chair saying, "Don't I know your name?" I muttered something under my breath. She studied the lines of my face. I must admit I was a little uneasy when she bent down and undone the laces of my shoe. I felt the perspiration coming down my face. I was so tangled up in blue. She lit a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought you'd never ever say hello. You look like a silent type. Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of those words rang true. It glowed like burning coal, pouring off of every single page, like it was written in my soul from me to you. Oh, I was so tangled up in blue. I lived with them on Montague Street in a basement downstairs. There was music in the cafe at night and revolution in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves and something inside of me died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. And finally the bottom fell out and I became withdrawn. But the only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew. Oh, I was tangled up in blue. Now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All those people we used to know, they're just an illusion to me now. And some are mathematicians, and some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it got started. I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, headed for another joint. We always felt the same, we just saw it from a different point of view. Oh, I'll always be so tangled up in Every 10 years in my life, I do a couple sets of all Bob Dylan songs. And I throw in a few when I'm doing my other sets. But it's really nice to be here. I know Lyra heard me yesterday, and I listen to my shows after I do them. This is my second Bob Dylan show, so there's a couple songs I wanted to redo. Oh, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I come following you. Though I know that evening's empire has returned in the sand, it's vanished from my hand, it's left me blindly here to stand, but still not sleeping. Oh, my weariness amazes me. I am so branded on my feet. I have no one to meet, and the ancient empty streets are too dead for dreaming. Please take me on a trip upon your magic swirling ship. Oh, my senses have been stripped, and my hands can't feel the grip, and my toes are too numb to step. They wait only for my boot heels to be wandering. I'm so ready to go anywhere. I'm ready for the fade, right into my own parade. Cast your dancing spell my way. I promise to go under it. Yeah, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play that song for me. I'm not sleepy, there's nowhere I am going. And hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle, jangle morning, I come following you. I love when I can do these songs and I can hear the sound of cicadas outside. I'll be real quiet for just a second. Hear that high sound? Those are cicadas. I love them. Though you might hear laughing, spinning, swinging madly across the sea, it's not aimed at anyone, it's just escaping on the run. But for the sky there are no fences fading. And if you hear vague traces of skipping reels of rhyme to your tambourine time, it's just a ragged clown behind. I wouldn't pay it any mind. It's just a shadow you're seeing that he is chasing. Yeah, take me disappearing through those smoke rings of my mind, down the foggy ruins of time, far past the frozen leaves, the haunted, frightened trees, the cicadas in the breeze, far from the twisted reach of crazy sorrow. Just to dance beneath the diamond sky with one hand waving free, we silhouetted by the sea, circled by the need the way. Let me forget about today until tomorrow, and then Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, there is no place that I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. 'Cause in the jingle jangle morning I will come following you. Man, yesterday I was just out there helping stuck cicadas. They're stuck in the weirdest places, but their whole goal is to get to a leaf so that they can be part of a 17-year cycle again. Go up there on the leaf, lay their eggs, and then their eggs hatch, drop down to the ground, and then burrow into the soil. I also did this song yesterday and I wanted to do over so much. And then I promise I'll do songs I have not done. We gotta be friends on Facebook. You got memes, I want them. Where have you been, my blue-eyed son? And where have you been, my darling young one? Oh, I have stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains, and I have walked and crawled on 6 crooked highways. And I've stepped out in the middle of 7 sad forests. And I have been out in the front of a deserted ocean. And I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. It's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rain gonna fall. I told you when I was early 70s, I was driving around Northern California, and good God, do I remember this song. I'd never heard it before, and it did seem to go on and on and on, but I had plenty of hours driving, and I just put this sucker on repeat. Oh, what did you see, my blue-eyed son? What did you see, my darling young one? Saw a newborn babe with wild wolves all around it. I saw a highway of diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept on dripping. I saw a room full of men and their hammers were bleeding. I saw a white ladder all covered with water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns and sharp swords in the hands of young children. It's a hard rain gonna fall. What did you hear, my blue-eyed son? What did you hear, my darling young one? I heard the sound of thunder, it roared out its warning. Heard 100 drummers whose hands were ablazing. I heard 10,000 whispering and nobody listening. I heard one person starve, I heard many people laughing. I heard the sound of a poet who died in the gutter. I heard the sound of a clown who cried in the alley. It's a heart, oh it's a heart, it's a heart, it's a hard rain and it's gonna fall. Who did you meet, my blue-eyed son? Who did you meet, my darling young one? I met a young child beside a dead pony. I met a white man who walked a black dog. I met a young woman whose body was burning. I met a young girl, oh she gave me a rainbow. I met one man who was wounded in love. I met another man who was wounded with hatred. And it's a heart, oh it's a heart, it's a heart, it's a hard rain and it's gonna fall. What do you do, my blue-eyed son? Yes, what do you do now, my darling young one? I'm going back before the rain starts falling, and I'll walk to the depths of the deepest dark forest, where the people are many, but their hands they are all empty, where the pellets of a poison they are flooding their water, and the home in the valley meets the damp, dirty prison. The executioner's face, it's always well hidden, and hunger is ugly where souls are forgotten, where black is the color where none is the number. But I will tell it, and think it, and speak it, and breathe it. I will reflect it from the mountain, so all souls can see it. Then I will stand on the ocean until I start sinking. But I will know my song so well before I start singing. And it's a heart, oh it's a heart, oh it's a heart. It's a hard rain, and it's gonna fall. It is gonna fall. It's gonna rain here later on today. I've got one of those little dire warnings on my phone saying, "Oh, watch out, severe weather," and that's okay. Something to look forward to. This next song is called "I Shall Be Released." It's one of those songs that Bob was not the first to release, but he gave it to his band, The Band, and music from Big Ping. They say everything can be replaced, and every distance is not near. But I remember every face of everyone who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west out onto the east. Any day now and anywhere now I shall be released. They say everyone needs protection. They say everyone will fall. Yet I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above the wall. I see my light come shining from the west out onto the east. I know that any day now and anyway, oh, I hope I will be released. But yonder stands a man in this lonely crowd. He swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him crying, shouting so loud, calling out that he has been framed. And I see my light come shining from the west onto the east. day. Now I hope I will be released. Done a lot of Bob Dylan songs in my life. And I've never done this song or attempted to do it. And the original came out in 1965. I've just been listening to this really kick-ass podcast called Cocaine and Rhinestones, or is it Rhinestones and Cocaine? No, it's Cocaine and Rhinestones. And the guy was just talking about this particular album where Bob had discovered that even though he loved his own musicians, he couldn't get certain sounds from his group that he wanted to get. So he went to Nashville and put out an album called Highway 61 Revisited, and the musicians that were backing him up were all like, what do they call them? What team? There's a team for the best players in Nashville. Oh, I'll remember the name of what they called them, but the A-team. And by that point, the A-team had kind of morphed a little bit to be still the A-team, but they were kind of a new series of players. And Charlie McCoy came in and played guitar for this next song, and I can't do the guitar, so I'm not going to even attempt, but it's called Desolation Row. And they're selling postcards of the hanging, they're painting passports brown. Beauty parlor is filled with sailors, the circus is in town. Here comes the blind commissioner, they've got him in a trance. One hand is tied to the tightrope walker, the other is in his pants. And the riot squad, they're restless, they need somewhere to go. Lady and I look out tonight from Desolation Road. Cinderella, she seems so easy, it takes one to know one, she smiles. She puts her hands in her back pocket, Betty Davis style. And in comes Romeo, he's moaning, you belong to me, I believe. And someone says you're in the wrong place, my friend, oh, you better leave. And the only sound that's left after the ambulance has gone is Cinderella sweeping up on Desolation Road. Now the moon is almost hidden and the stars are beginning to hide. The fortune-telling lady has even taken all her things inside. All except for Cain and Abel and the hunchback of Notre Dame. Everybody is making love or else expecting rain. And the good Samaritan, he's dressing, he's getting ready for the show. He's gonna do the carnival tonight up on Desolation Road. Now Ophelia, she's 'neath the window. For her I feel so afraid. On her 22nd birthday, she already is an old maid. To her death is quite romantic. She wears an iron mask Her profession's her religion, and her sin is her lifelessness. And though her eyes are fixed upon Noah's great rainbow, she spends her time peeking into Desolation Row. And Einstein disguised as Robin Hood with his memories in a trunk passed this away an hour ago with his friend, a jealous monk. He looked so immaculately frightful as he bombed a cigarette. Then he went off sniffing drain pipes and reciting the alphabet. Now you would not think to look at him that he was famous long ago for playing electric violin on Desolation Road. Dr. Filth, he keeps his world inside of a leather cup, but all his sexless patients, they're trying to blow it up. Now his nurse, some local loser, she's in charge of the cyanide hole. She keeps the card that reads, "Have mercy on his soul." They all play on penny whistles. You can hear them blow if you lean your head out far enough from Desolation Road. Across the street, they've nailed the curtains. They're getting ready for the feast. The Phantom of the Opera, a perfect image of a priest. They're spoon-feeding Casanova to get him to feel more assured. Then they'll kill him with self-confidence after poisoning him with words. And the Phantom's shouting to skinny girls, "Get out of here if you don't know." Casanova is just being punished for going to Desolation Row. Now at midnight, all the agents and the superhuman crew, they come out and round up everyone that knows more than they do. Then they bring them to the factory where the heart attack machine is strapped across their shoulders, and then the kerosene is brought down from the castles by insurance men who go. They check to see that nobody escaping Desolation Row. Praise be to Nero's Neptune, the Titanic sails at dawn, and everybody is shouting, "Which side are you on?" And Ezra Pound and T.S. Eliot, they're fighting in the captain's tower, while Calypso singers laugh at them and fishermen hold flowers. Between the windows of the sea, where lovely mermaids flow, and nobody has to think too much about Desolation Road. I received your letter yesterday about the time the doorbell broke. When you asked how I was doing, was that some kind of joke? And all these people that you mentioned Yes, I know them, they're quite lame. I had to rearrange their faces and give them all another name. Right now I can't read too good. Don't send me no more letters, no. Not unless you mail them from Desolation Road. One cryptic song that some consider to be Mr. Zimmerman's best song. I don't know, but it was fun to do. It does. I think the album version of that song goes on for 11 minutes, and I would be surprised if I took much less time, because I do play kind of. Anyway, if you heard me yesterday, you know I went on some rants about Bob Dylan and his. He's a little prickly guy. So many of his songs kind of bitter. Go away from my window, leave it your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone, never weak but always strong, to protect you and to defend you, whether you are right or you are wrong. Someone to open each and every door, but it ain't me. No, 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 it ain't me. It ain't me you are looking for. Go lightly from the ledge, go lightly on the ground. I am not the one you want, babe, and I will only let you down. You say you're looking for someone who will promise never to part, someone to close his eyes for you, someone to close his heart, someone who will die for you and more, but it ain't me. No, 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 it ain't me. It ain't me you are looking for, babe. I say no, 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 it ain't me. Go melt back in the night, babe. Everything inside is made of stone, and there is nothing in here moving. Anyway, I am not alone. Finally, he gets to the real reason, huh? Self-admission. You say you're looking for someone who'll pick you up each time you fall. You say you want someone to gather flowers, to come each time you'll call. A love of your life and nothing more, but it ain't me. No, 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 it ain't me. It ain't me you are looking for. No, 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 it ain't me. No, 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 no. Every 10 years, I just got to tell you, for anybody who's came here, I do a full Bob Dylan set. and I've done 2 of them this week. And after now, I'll put the show away and not do it again for another 10 years. But it's just so fun to come here and do this type of stuff, knowing full well it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea, so there. Stay tuned at the top of the hour. Ice Cream and Merlin. Dylan, of course, in the late 70s, early 80s, took a totally different course. Some say he found religion. Oh, you may be an ambassador to England or France. You might like to gamble, oh, you might like to dance. You may be the heavyweight champion of the world. You might be a socialite with a long string of pearls, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You're gonna serve somebody. Oh, it may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Oh, you might be a rock and roll addict dancing on the stage. You might like drugs and women in a cage. You may be a businessman or some high-degree thief. They may call you doctor or they may call you chief, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Oh, you're gonna serve. And it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna serve somebody. Oh, you might be a state trooper, might be a young Turk, might be the head of some big TV network. You might be rich or poor, you might be blind or lame, might be living in another country under a different name, but you're gonna serve somebody. It may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna serve. You might be a construction worker working on a home. Might be living in a mansion, you might be living in a dome. You might own guns, you might even own tanks. You might be somebody's landlord, you might even own banks, but you're gonna serve somebody. You're gonna serve somebody. And it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna serve. You may be a preacher with your spiritual pride. Maybe a city councilman taking bribes on the side. Maybe you're working in the barber shop, know how to cut hair. Maybe somebody's a mistress, might be somebody's heir, but you're gonna serve somebody. You're gonna serve somebody. And it may be the devil or it may be the Lord. You might like to wear cotton, might like to wear silk, might like to drink whiskey, might like to drink milk. You might feel like you're living. You might even feel like you're dead. Might be sleeping on nails. Might be sleeping in a feather bed. But you gonna serve somebody. You gonna serve somebody. And it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're gonna serve. You may call me Terry, you may call me Timmy, you may call me Bobby, you may call me Zimmy, you may call me RJ, you may call me Ray, you may call me anything, but no matter what you say, you're gonna serve somebody. You're gonna serve somebody. Oh, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you gonna serve somebody. Man, I still got like 20 more songs to do, but let's just finish on this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your tips. Thank you for tipping the venue. Thank you for hanging out for Ice Cream Merlin. And how many roads must someone walk down before you can call him a man? Yes, and how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Oh man, I had a harmonica next to me and I never broke it out. Lucky you. Yes, and how many times must those cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? Oh, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And how many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, and how many years can some people exist before they are allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head pretending he just doesn't see? Oh, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Well, that was fun. Thanks for humoring me. But next time you hear me, I will not be doing Bob Dylan songs, but I sure had fun doing it, and it's my pleasure to invite Ice Cream and Merlin up to the stage. See you another place, another time. Peace.